Hey guys, today I wanted to talk a little bit about cold therapy. It's kind of, the latest trend with all the ice baths and things like that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about why it's not really the greatest idea in terms of recovery and performance. So cold therapy and ice baths have become increasingly popular in recent years, especially among athletes and fitness enthusiasts. The idea is that exposing your body to cold temps can promote muscle recovery and reduce inflammation, but what many people don't realize is that this practice can actually be harmful to your health, and it can do the opposite of what you set out for it to do. Cold therapy and ice baths can have negative effects on the body, including vasoconstriction, reduced blood flow, and increased risk of injury. The extreme cold can cause blood vessels to constrict, reducing blood flow to the affected areas. This can lead to tissue damage and slower healing time. So the whole purpose on why people do this, right, is to help with recovery, help with inflammation, help with sore muscles. It's the same thing as the Rice method when you think about it. It's when you sprain your ankle, for example, what they used to say would be to get ice on it right away to reduce inflammation, reduce the pain. That's essentially all that you're doing with an ice bath, is you're reducing inflammation and you're reducing pain. Those are kind of the body's natural response to healing, though. So you're essentially just slowing down that process. And I know there are some benefits to it that I'll talk about in a second too. But purely looking at it from the average gym goer's perspective, I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's also more risk with cold therapy if you're not experienced with it. Like, it takes a while, like with anything, to build a tolerance up to it. You can't just, like where I'm at right now, you can't just jump in the river and chill for 15 minutes, or it can lead to hypothermia, which is the dangerous condition where the body's temperature drops below normal levels, which can cause shivering, confusion, loss of consciousness, and it can actually it can give you cognitive issues too, which is another reason why a lot of people do it. It's kind of that whole thing of you're in pain and then you're out of pain. It's like, yes, you get that, you get that rush of adrenaline, you get the rush of endorphins. There are some positive effects for cardio reasons, but there's so much better ways to do it. Like, in my opinion, instead of cold therapy, I think just good old-fashioned GPP is probably the best way to go, especially if we're talking about athletes and skill acquisition. If we're gonna look at it from that sense, how long does it take you to set up the ice bath? Are you really, are you that much better off going that way? Or could you go for a walk? Could you do something productive? Could you practice your sport? Could you do some sort of empty barbell complexes for lifters? I think there's a lot of other things or alternatives that make a lot more sense. There's also a psychological aspect to consider. Ice baths can be incredibly uncomfortable and painful, and can lead to anxiety and stress. So what happens when we get anxiety and stress? Cortisol, which is, again, the thing we're trying to avoid by doing all this. Anxiety and stress can lead to increasing inflammation and just simply delaying the recovery process, delaying recovery times. So in conclusion, while cold therapy and ice baths may seem like a quick fix for muscle recovery, they can actually be harmful to your health. Instead, try incorporating other methods of recovery into your routine, kind of like we talked about. And, at the end of the day, if you like doing it, that's cool. There's no, it's not going to be like at a huge detriment, but it's just really not going to give the benefit, I feel, that most people think that it will. So yeah, I think there's some alternatives. I mean, if you really love doing it, then there's ways to go about it and be safe and just work your way up to safe temperatures. Don't just go gung-ho and dive right in. But yeah, I thought it'd make for an interesting video, so you guys let me know your thoughts. We typically just cover home gym stuff on this channel, but wanted to switch it up a bit today. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and thanks for watching, guys.